Hey YouTubers, Mike Boards with the Mike Boards channel. Thank you for watching. In this video, step-by-step process on how to install a kitchen, pantry, interior door rack. Let's get started. Alright YouTubers, at the pantry door, and the pantry is pretty nice. We like it. The back side of the door, it looks as if in its previous life there was a rack on this, as you can see the drilled holes. And this is the actual ClosetMaid rack we are going to use. Adjustable wall and door rack. As you can see here, that's on the inner portion of a door of a pantry, which we are going to use it for. On the side, it can also be drilled into the wall. So what we're going to do, become familiar with the backside instructions and start unboxing it. At this point, everything is out of the box. The box is completely empty. You've got your baskets, you've got your bag of hardware, and the actual rails or mounts. From here, we'll open everything up. At this point, all the parts and hardware are laid out in an organized manner to help us move through the project more efficiently. And tools and materials, as you can see here. If you are wall mounting it, that is this section. However, we are door mounting it. So we're going to come down here and attach door hook to standard as shown. So we will need that screw, a nut, that part, and one of those standard rails. And one of these, the nut, the screw, and one of those. One standard rail, and align the parts as shown in the pictorial image here. Most important thing, that screw goes through that center hole and goes through this portion of the actual rail or standard into the nut. So we will align this, and this little hook, as you can see here, will hook through that oval-shaped cutout. And as shown here, and as you can see, it's pretty aligned. I will secure that screw and nut. And something I went and did, I grabbed a 9mm socket and ratchet, and that is going to help me tighten this actual inner nut far better than by hand. And you want it pretty firm. Making progress. First part's done, and I need to do this twice, as you can see here. Second part is put together, and from here we're going to head to the door and place it on the top portion of the door, hook it over the top portion, as you can see here, 17 inches apart. You want to be careful. You don't want to scrape any of the door. You don't want to scratch any of that paint. And from here, I'll go grab a measure. And as far as that 17 inches, it's from the outer of the left rail to the outer portion of the right rail. And you'll get your true alignments when you actually insert a basket. However, up top from here, as you can see here, outer rail to outer rail, 17 inches. Back down to the instructions and onto this step, hook at least one basket as shown to assure proper alignment of standards. And I'll insert it in the second oval shape on both sides and push up, and that should rest right in place, as you can see here. First basket is in. Again, that helps properly align the entire railing. Coming back down to the instructions, that ends the door mounting instructions. However, we want to extend it the full length of the door. So step 2, extend standards. And as you can see here, we'll grab an additional standard rail and one of these connection mounts here, or clips. And as you can see with this pictorial image, the hole is on the outer portion. And that's what they look like. We will position this and a standard rail the exact same way in the pictorial image. Back to the door, and looks like we got really lucky. It looks like the previous owner had this same mount, because our holes are exactly perfectly aligned with this 17-inch rail. From here, again, hole on the outer portion, little hook goes in, and we'll go grab the additional rail and hook it in place. Just like that. We'll do that again for the right side. Making progress. 4 rails or standards installed. We want the additional 2. We'll follow the same steps with those 2 clips and install those. At this point, all standards are installed. It goes almost all the way down to the bottom portion of the door. Continuing on, we're not going into drywall or stud, we're going into the door. We want to use the 1.5 inch screws only. These right here. Back to the door, 1.5 inch screws, and again, we got really lucky. The previous owner most likely had this exact same kit. All we're going to do is grab our Phillips screwdriver and secure all 4 screws. Making progress, I went ahead and inserted the 4 screws that came in the actual box, and the previous owner had 6 holes, so we actually went out to our garage and matched the screws, grabbed 2 additional screws, and inserted them in the inner portion here. From here, I want to point something out. Not all baskets are the same size, and comes with these little rails. Check this out. Those are for the shallower type and act as an additional guard here for higher type bottles, as water bottles shown here. And back to the pictorial image on the box, as you can see here, larger basket on top, and it goes into the hole directly below the first hole that hook goes into, and then it has a small basket with the guardrail. And it's important to know there are 4 oval slots in between each of these. Now you can change that, that's up to you. However, as you can see here, it goes to a larger basket, a smaller basket with the rail, larger basket, and so forth. We may set it up the same way. All right, YouTubers, I've got all the baskets hung, and again, they're adjustable. You can take them out, you can move them, you can rearrange them, you can put the larger ones in different spots, you can put the smaller ones with the rails in different spots. It's all personal preference. From here, now that I have everything installed, everything is aligned, these baskets actually help align the rails even further. Now I'm going to screw in all the screws and secure them. At this point, all the screws are secured. If your door is hollow, be very careful because you do not want to over tighten these screws. If your door is hollow, again, there's not much wood to grab onto, so just be careful. Once you get everything aligned, installed, and secured, go ahead and test it. Close the door, and you may unfortunately run into the actual baskets pushing against some food, so you will need to adjust that accordingly. We got lucky. Ours went in and didn't really touch anything. So from here, we'll go grocery shopping and we're gonna load that up and we'll show you the end result. All right, YouTubers, back from the shopping trip. Check that out. A lot of additional storage, as you can see. Starting at the bottom, we got some snacks, some cookies, M&Ms, Jell-O, and we've got some popcorn for our popcorn maker. Bunch of tea, coffee, and a little bit of honey, some spices, as you can see, and we like it. Hopefully this helps you, YouTubers. Do us a favor, below the video you will see that thumbs up icon. Click on that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Definitely go to your settings, turn on your YouTube notification bell. Once you do that, every video that we upload, you will be notified. You will be able to stay up to date with us, and that will be awesome.